Look, fanboys of F1, sprint cars are kind of one of these things where it's like the only vehicle in the world that is comparable in power to weight to a Formula One car. It's just on dirt. I've always kind of called it the F1 of dirt. The only big difference is we have 10 times the competitors, 10 times the competition, and you're basically running a vehicle at a extremely high rate of speed on a ice surface in a circular racetrack with a cushion on a wall inches from disaster, or a berm on the bottom inches from a tractor tire, #disaster, and you're in a field of 24 cars. This is one of the most difficult racing vehicles and tasks that a driver in the world can face, not just in a subsequential market. And Kyle Larson can handle that smoke. You boys over there are in your super elitist world. Drivers are so vehicle dependent, we can't even judge how good your drivers are because it depends on what vehicle they're in, on where they finish and how they do. It's almost like NASCAR, but not as bad. We had William Byron try a dirt late model, which is like a very difficult race car. Super late model, dirt late model racing, probably some of the toughest racing in the world. But William Byron couldn't even make laps. This is a NASCAR Cup Series driver in Hendrick Motorsports. This is a top-level NASCAR driver. Our vehicles on dirt, the sprint car and even the dirt late model, are some of the most difficult vehicles in the world to drive, much less compete. And when you try to compete, you need to bring way more than just a lunchbox and your cheese and wine or your horse meat that you got over there in France. So just all you F1 fans, sit down. You don't know what you're talking about. None of your guys, none of them, could even think about competing at a high level in sprint car racing. And if you want to try the dirt late model world, good luck. So all you people over there in F1, you really don't know what you're talking about. None of your boys are ever going to attempt to shut me up because they know they would be embarrassed. You had one F1 driver do like a behind the scenes, I'm going to try out a sprint car with Tony Stewart a couple years ago, some Rasmussen or something. They didn't even show the video of what he did and how he did. They showed a highlight of him going through a corner. They didn't show him racing. They didn't show his laps because I would almost bet that he was embarrassed. He looked embarrassing, just like William Byron in the dirt late model. This is our sport, guys. Dirt racing is the #1 most competitive sport in the world. For some reason, people don't know that. Maybe that's because it's a little backwoods. But hey, over here in the backwoods, these boys are willing these things better than you can even imagine or dreaming of trying to do. So anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I just figured out that I had to give some rationalization to what Kyle's saying, what people are saying, and help you F1 fans understand, that it isn't always, a salad fork and a dinner fork. It's more so a spoon up your ass because you can't handle our racers or our drivers or our tracks any day of the week. I'd love to see it happen, but once again, you boys don't want the embarrassment. Don't want it. Don't want that smoke. Kyle can handle it. I really don't think any of you can.